Hey guys, so today's DIY is going to be on these awesome duct tape Peeps. So I hope you guys enjoy it and have fun with them. So let's go ahead and go straight to the DIY. So for this DIY, you're going to need two colors of duct tape. I chose yellow and baby blue. You're also going to need a cutting board. Mine has the measurements on them. You're going to need a black permanent marker, a pair of scissors, an X-Acto knife, and printouts of Peeps. I chose bunny Peeps and your traditional chick Peeps. So now I'm going to take my printouts of my Peeps and I'm going to go ahead and cut them out. What I did to find these Peeps was I went to Google and just did a search for Peeps coloring pages, picked the Peeps that I wanted, and then I copied them and I put them into paint so that I can get them the size that I want and then print them out. And now I'm just basically cutting along all of the details. So you can see where I cut out the basic shape and I'm going back and cutting in their little details that they have going on. So I'm speeding this up so that you guys don't have to watch me cut out every single detail, which is a little time consuming, but it is well worth it in the end. And you don't have to use these just once. You can use these as many times as you want. So with the bunny ones here, you see they don't have a connected, like they're not connected in any way like the chick Peeps are. So I kind of made my own little connection with them by creating a cute little design in the middle so that they still look individual but still look like they're very cutely connected. So you can see where I go back and do that little design there. So now that that's all done, I can show you up close how they look. And there's my little zigzag design I made for those. And there's my little chicks. So I'm now going to take my duct tape and I'm going to start measuring that out. I decided to make the bunnies blue and I'm going to make the chicks the normal yellow. So what I do is I lay out my duct tape and I measure my tracing pattern onto it so that I know how big to make it. And for the bunnies, I'm going to need to double up on them. So I'm going to cut 4 strips of the blue and then I'm going to measure out the yellow and take a look at how the chicks look. And since the chicks seem to be the perfect size to fit on that yellow duct tape, I'm only going to need to cut out 2 strips of the yellow duct tape. And of course you want to measure it to make sure they're all that the same colors or the same size. So you can see how those are going to look. And I'm going to take my blue and I'm going to take one piece and stack it on top of the other. And then I'm going to flip that over. And I'm going to very carefully take the blue and put it on the back part. Now I am doubling them up with a pretty thick middle, but that's only because I don't need it to be that much more taller. So then I'm going to take the yellow and I'm going to put the yellow on the back as well as the front. And you want to try to match those up as best as possible. So now I'm going to take my permanent marker and I'm just going to trace around those designs that I cut out. Now you do need to be careful because this does tend to move as you trace it. So you are going to probably have to hold it down very well and you're going to have to like reposition it. So you can see where I have the bunnies traced out. And I'm going to basically do the same thing here with my chicks. Very simple. It's not very complicated to do. So I'm going to do that, and then once I'm done tracing, I'm going to go ahead and cut those out. So now that you can see all the tracing's done, I'm going to take my scissors again, and I'm going to cut those out for you. And I'm going to basically do the same thing where I cut out every single detail, and I am going to wait to do those little beaks until last, like usual, because those are a little bit harder to cut out because they are more detail oriented. You can also use any kind of pastel colored duct tape that you want. You don't necessarily have to use the yellow and baby blue like I did. You could use baby pink, you could use purples, any color that works for you. That's that nice pastel for Easter. So I just showed you, before I started cutting out these bunnies, the up close of those Peeps. And you can see a little bit of detail, but obviously you're not as much as a picture. But we're going to go back and we're going to fix that in a minute. So I'm just cutting out my little bunnies here, and I'm going to have that cute little design in the middle. But like the Peeps, you're not going to have those extra details. So there's how the bunnies look. So I'm going to take my marker and I'm going to kind of wing out how I'm going to make it look. Then I decided, you know what? I kind of like that black border. It's really pretty and it gives it a little bit more definition on these. So I'm just freehanding this. I'm not the best artist, so I will not claim to be the best. You could definitely try to do them all individually and then connect them if you want. But this is how I decided to do it. And like I said, I'm not the best artist, but I'm decent, I suppose, for small things like this. So I'm just going to do the same thing with the Peeps. I am doing it on both sides just to kind of show you the difference. Because obviously you can tell the difference between the two when you do it like that. And then I'm going to show you how it is when I do the border. Like I said, I do prefer the border. I think the border looks a lot better than it would without the border. And then I'm just going to fill in those little details on that too. So you see how that looks. Now the great thing about this craft is that you can do a number of things with these. But there's how they look with their little drawings above them and then them below. So you can see how kind of how accurate it is. And then I'll go ahead and I'll give you a close-up of how they look. And that's how they look close up. So I hope you guys enjoyed this DIY. And the great thing about this is that you can turn them into magnets. You could turn it into garland or even necklaces for the little kids to find in their Easter eggs. It's just one of those great projects that's really fun. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. So I hope you guys enjoyed those duct tape Peeps. And make sure to make your own and just have fun with it. Do something fun with it with the kids or use it for decoration. Anything you want to do, the possibilities are endless. So I hope you guys enjoy your day and make sure to like me on Facebook and check out my Etsy shop. The information is in the drop down box below. And if you have any ideas for future DIYs you want to see me do, make sure to leave a comment of that down below as well. And I will see you guys soon. Bye.